Yo, what is up?
Hey.
How's it
Hold
going?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm good. I'm just setting up links.
I gotcha.
Trying to follow us. All right. Yeah. What's up, man? Let me get a little smaller here.
Have you
Oh
watched The
man, I've
trailer
been like
yet
actually a little busy. To what? Captain
for
America?
Captain America?
Uh, I saw some of it. I didn't really
Okay.
get to really digest it, but I like what I saw so far. Mm,
Yeah.
can't believe my boy Manos. I was wondering why X Force One was popping a couple of days ago. It always pops for different reasons, so you got to figure
Yeah.
out what's going on now that's making
What's
this
the
book
reason?
pop. So it was the one. Well, because our boy Manos is going to be playing George Washington, man. You
Yep.
know, and that's not a surprise to me. So I just wanted to. I actually cross-referenced a couple of theories, and yeah, shit, I was right on. That's why X Force um, number one because that's the first appearance of George Washington in the comics, and our boy
Okay.
Armanos is definitely going to be playing George Washington, my friend. I can't wait to see how they're going to work this in. But I got to be honest, I'm not having like real hopes for this movie
Okay.
because you know it's just the amount of reshoots. You gotta understand. That's what it is. I mean, if you do like, I'm not saying all movies, but the
Yeah.
majority of them that do like a lot of reshoots wind up like it winds up being crap regardless because you gotta understand why the reshoots are done to begin with because it didn't test well, and
Yep.
this was reshot for what I understand 4 times already. Oh my god, those people on Captain America ate well. That you're talking about a shoot that's supposed to take like at most 8 to 9 months to like almost 2 years, two and a half
Yeah.
years. Like hey, I
Yeah.
mean, shout out to all my union brothers and sisters out there. We eat well, That's just the way it is. Mm. But
You gotta eat.
hey, you want to pay? We shall play. We'll make a lot of stuff together.
So
Yes.
here's where I'm at with all of that. Thor: Love and Thunder got reshot because it didn't test well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Obviously, Justice League, Zack Snyder edition
Oh,
got
gee.
reshot because that didn't do well at all, and it wasn't
No.
his vision that ended up on the final screen, and everyone blamed Josh Whedon and all of that shit. So where I'm at with reshoots is basically the fact that you've got a bunch of people who probably don't know what they're really talking about saying as an audience we didn't like this, here's why, here's this and this. And I mean, honestly, I don't know that I could go into a test screening and say if I um like unbiased really enjoy or don't enjoy in a test screening setting. I think that I would be good at it. I think that I would enjoy doing it. But I don't, until I sit down and do that, I don't know where I would be at. So, with all that being said, I really think that test screenings are a necessity, but also that sometimes when you do reshoots, especially something like this, where the reshoots were basically the story was great, the action didn't line up with the story. That's the kind of reshoots I like. That's the thing where it's like, okay, I can get behind that because it's not that the story sucks, it's not that the movie sucks, it's that there was something that wasn't lining up together when all was said and done.
Yeah, I mean, I write, so I think of every scenario possible, including
Yeah.
fight sequences. So it's hard for me to imagine having a team of writers that you guys are not working in cohesion with each other.
Yep.
Even with my artists, like I give my artists like sketches that I made of my own art, and I tell them, okay, this is what I'm envisioning, and I give them descriptive, precise details, and they usually hit it head on. I think effective communication is what it comes down to, and they are being very ineffective in the way
Agreed.
they're communicating. Um, it's a process. So when you're doing a fight scene, you have to lead up to. There has to be something like you have to have like an entire scenario going on. Attach that scenario to where you already know. Like when I wrote my comic, you already know what's going to happen based on how the
Yep.
scenario is going down and what the characters are saying before they even meet each other. So I'm setting the scenario up that you will see a fight scene. See, and this is the problem. It's like everybody, I mean, you got writers, but honestly, the writers are rewriting their own stuff. People are telling
Mm-hmm.
them what to cut out. You know, you got these vision stupid boards that keep popping up everywhere. You got all these ideologies that go in and out of fashion all the time, like a pair of shoes. Like it's just Hollywood is never ending, evolving, and it's always trying weird stuff. You know, they're trying to get back to the traditional way of doing things because they just lost too much money on this experiment. To all these people that wanted to do a DEI for profit, you're about 10 years too early. That's one. I can tell you that straight up. They're waiting for all these boomers to die. Listen, the boomers are going to live a long time. Medicine's good. These people have great pensions and they have great medical. So, the anticipation of this whole generation, and you're trying to appease to a generation that doesn't particularly care for the culture in whole,
Yeah.
in general. I mean, not that. Look, if you like comics, I don't care about your background, what you believe in. If you like comics, cool. We could talk. Um, but I feel like a lot of the modern comics are pretty much like it's more of a pandering than a storytelling, and that's what I feel is going on in all this entertainment that you're seeing. Trying to pander to an audience that really is not like. Not only is the audience not there, they're not purchasing. Think
Mm-hmm.
about it. Think about it. When you went to Disney, what was the average age group were you seeing? Were you seeing a lot of millennials? Were you seeing people your age? I mean, what was the group that you started to notice the most there?
A lot of families within my family's age range,
Right,
like they're young, older 20s with kids to probably about late 40s with kids.
right. Which is about the average it should be. So the
Yep.
reason why I bring that up is because you have an entire society that believes that, you know, there's going to be a whole wealth transfer. I mean, banks get paid to do this. I mean, I
Yep.
don't know who actually did the study. I wouldn't be surprised if it was J.P. Morgan or one of Morgan Stanley. There's
Mm-hmm.
one that's out now about the women. 45% of women are going to be single and childless by 2030, according to this new study. So, these are the people that do this for a living. I'm laughing at that one because that would be actually sad, but 45%, Jesus. What's going on, you strong, independent women? Go grab you a strong man that wants to work
Yep.
with you. I feel like I'm giving marriage advice. But, so I go by numbers mostly, and so I see like what Disney tried to do, but they still have the base of what you just said up to 40s. That's a base that comes from a traditional way of. I mean, you're old enough to remember the first like real computers, but I don't know if you were young enough to remember a time of no computers.
Um, when I was first, when I was young, I don't think we had a true home computer in our
Yeah.
house. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was probably when I was 5, 6, or 7, somewhere in there, that we bought like
Right.
that compact white uh,
Compact Pasario.
Yep.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, Compact Pasario. Yep.
Exactly.
So we're talking about 98 then. So
Yep.
you pretty much spent like those younger years without having any technology. So that was good because it taught you, the black and white board, that chalky board writing, that freaking that old school style of teaching and learning. Like, now just picture this: your child was born in a world where, since they were born, they've been born into this kind of technological world. Yeah.
Yep.
And when you have that kind of like generational, I won't say gap, but more like a generational, I would say more like a reconstruction of technology and the way that we as a society consume media. I mean, back in my day, the media was comics and movies, 70s stuff. I was born in the 70s and I was just like all into like the good. I mean, I saw the first Star Wars I was a kid, and that to me was like the greatest thing I ever seen in my life, like the special effects. I was watching Star Trek back then too. I was a child watching Star Trek. So I grew up in that kind of sci-fi media, comic book, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, Iron Man, my go-to people. Like I also had X-Men, X Factor, that was more like towards the early 90s. Then McFarlane came on in the 80s and started lighting this whole place up. And then McFarlane leaves to go make Spawn, something that he's been working on since he was a teenager. And he always would talk about it for years. So that generation is now older and they think the way that we think, where they remember a time before. Even if he wasn't collecting then, the fact that you can go back to your collection and see what years you picked up and you can see what was going on during those years. And you start to realize, damn, I'm actually holding history. Anytime you grab an old comic, it's history. Anything with Ramirez, I got a Amazing Spider-Man 32, I think it is, somewhere in my collection. I gotta break it out. It's the first Green Goblin when he's on his paraglider. It's the old school, the first John Romita cover for Spider-Man. Shit's a classic. Like, and you start to realize, wow, this is an actual piece of history. Like, I'm a steward of real art. Like, when I collected comics, I didn't think it was gonna come like this kind of collection. And I'm glad though, because it really like changed my life. Like, I'm pretty sure it changed millions of people's lives. I mean, like, I've literally taken jobs because of wanting to be a hero, Yeah. And I would blame that on comics, not blame it, but I would thank it because it actually is like, comics made me want to be like, I want to help people. I get it. And so it's all good, guy. I'm sorry.
Getting back to the movie, with all that being said, what are your thoughts on the fact that Harrison Ford is even willing to take the role of Thaddeus Ross?
I mean, I'm down for it. The problem I have with this mostly is that it's 5 years later and Harrison Ford is 5 years older. I mean, I don't even know what happened to Gandalf the Grey. He fell off the stage somewhere. He was doing some European tour. And from what I understand, the fall was so bad, I don't think you're ever going to see this guy ever again, unfortunately. And when I heard that story, this is what I think about now when we're talking about Harrison Ford. Now, remember, not too long ago, he broke his leg filming Star Wars.
True.
He broke his leg on he was coming out of the ship and just broke his leg. Yeah. So, would I like to see him finally reprise his role as General Ross? Hell yeah. I just hope that they really going to be delicate with this man. It's I'm not saying it with no disrespect, but we literally have an elderly person running the country, so it's not like no one knows what's not going on.
It's not that bad.
I mean, I just don't want to see. I love Harrison Ford. Trust me, Indiana Jones, like the original, not this crap that the Fleabag tried to kill. Screw that. I didn't even watch that out of respect for.
No, I didn't watch that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going like the skull, the Kingdom's the skull one. I hated that too. You know, that was like killed it for me as well. But this one right here would have definitely killed. It's trying to rewrite the lore. The hell's going on? Everybody wanting to be like, listen, people, stop trying to rewrite things. Write your own comics. Write your own stories. I don't get this. You know why people don't do it? Because I'm going to tell you why people don't do it. And I'm talking shit to everybody out there. If this bothers you, then I'm talking to you. Because you ain't got the damn talent to do it. That's why you don't do it.
Yeah.
And trust me, I'm a writer. I got the talent and the ability and the capability and the ability to manifest what I say I'm going to do. So I just look at it like this. I would love to see Harrison Ford play this role. I just really hope and pray that during any shootings or whatever that he does not kill himself. That's it. If you keep the guy alive and keep him not from breaking something, then I would be all happier for it.
So, you know? And I do wonder, because I mean, there are a lot of amazing writers out there. Is it that there's just a burnout of these writers? Or is it truly that the writers that are being hired suck? Because, I mean, honestly, I feel like the writers, just like the animators lately, have been so rushed to pump out content that there's just a lack of time.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this should have all been offset and already taken care of because we forget two things that happened. Pandemic and the strike.
Yep.
Those are the times when, regardless you're on strike or not. See, if I'm on strike, but I'm doing a project for Disney, let's say, I'm going to finish it. Why not? I got plenty of time to finish it, right? And then when work comes back on, I'll have it done in like 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and I'll just get paid for 12 weeks already having something that's, I mean, I'm a procrastinator by nature, trust me. But during those times, when it was time to get busy, what I decided to do was write my comic. Symbiotic, make the art for it, then look for the right artists. I interviewed a bunch of people, and it came close to going to a couple of people. Like, I'll say in the future, you'll see them later on famous in life. You'll be like, but some of them are famous right now, actually. Mm-hmm. But it just came down to because one of the main artists I wanted to do, like the third character, but Waylon, like the first one, he had an idea for me already. So I said, okay, you're on. So, and that's when he came up with this beautiful cover. And I'll never forget this. When he showed me this, I was like, oh my God. And I put my touches on it too. I mean, I put a little art on it and I made it just a little redder, but this magnificent. I'm telling you, this book, I'm telling you. So I show that as an example that I'm not just talking crap. I say I'm going to do it. I go do it. I have the talent to write. I have the ability, the capability to bring my stuff to life. And I was actually filling orders earlier for book 2. I'm hoping to have the rest of my orders by next week. I'd like to do the interview. If you want to do it next week or the week after, it's up to you. But I'm going to be ready to do the interview. And I'm telling you, like, I got orders going out tomorrow. Small Expected Comics, I got you. You're packed up already. Chris, let me know what you want. I got you too. You know, I'm going to be sending these out. If you want something tonight, just let me know exactly what you want. I'll show you what I got, and I'll pack because I'm going to be packing orders tonight. So anybody that hits me up tonight, I'll be packing orders tonight. You just hit me up directly. I got you guys. Don't worry. But
did you do your giveaway yet?
No. So this is what I'm doing. So as I'm doing all this, by next week. See, the thing about it is that I wanted to have my third book ready because, like I was telling you guys last week, I kind of ran into like a little misunderstanding with the printer. He printed it like an actual manga, which I wanted to do a manga variant anyway. So, you know, he actually made it up to me, gave me a huge discount for the next order. So I decided to make my manga comic, which was what I was trying to make originally. But the first one I made, this one right here, I do like it because honestly, this is more of a floppier version, and this is going to be the $7.99 version. So this is going to be a little cheaper because it's not the same cover. But the manga comic that I'm making is going to be exactly like the first one I made. It's just the pages will be just a little thinner. But like I said, this is like, so you see like this cover is more like a traditional comic cover. See, it moves a good. But look, I mean, like, that's just the art I'll show off a couple of panels. But just to give you guys an idea, this is why I've been like, this is why I've been editing for the last couple of months. I was doing it here, and I think like honestly, this is. I give myself on this book an A minus. I don't give myself an A plus, an A minus. I said B before. This is an A minus, and that's how it looks from the back. I mean, this book, yeah. I mean,
I love
honestly,
the yellow.
Oh my god, this was my idea. Like all the colors you see here, I already had the concepts of what I was gonna do. Even my next cover, I will tell you, it's gonna be, if you can picture this, gray and black. It's gonna be dope because my next character, he's pretty much gray. But did I show you the foil cover?
Yeah.
I'll show you this real quick. So yes, look at this, guys. I'm not gonna take it out the same thing. Oh man, this is so magnificent. I mean, I'm gonna be working because I like the way this came out so much. I'm gonna be redoing this book, some paneling, I'm gonna reword it, like reletter it myself and touch it up and spruce this up. And I'm gonna make 100 copies of the foil covers for this cover. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of variants and stuff. Yeah. So about next week,
What are you gonna sell those for?
Okay, so these right here, the foils are $14.99, and this is what's good about this is that you're getting that
That's a
special
good price
cover.
for a foil.
Yeah, and you're also getting like, guys, this alone, this backing board's $1. I don't care. I bought a lot of them back in the day because I loved it, and I found the perfect plastic. This is a resealable plastic, so everything reseals. You can take it out with no problem, and it reseals. And these bags fit this backing board perfectly. So yeah, you're getting a lot for this, So these are gonna be like $14.99, and these I'm gonna sell for $7.99 because, like I said, this is more of a traditional floppy comic, and the manga comic I'm gonna sell for $9.99, which will be the one that I had here originally, which was the first one I printed. So I made it a little cheaper for some of them because, like I said, it's gonna be for people that if you want to check it out, and also the cards I was saying about Faust Origins. I'll just show that while I'm here. These are the cards right here. So these cards have like there's 6 pages of storyline. So you have symbiotic Faust's origins and Einstein's origins, and every character. That's how I'm gonna be basing the book. Like it's gonna be like an introduction. Like when you look at this book, this is Einstein's introduction, and this is Faust's introduction, and that's Faust being held by Einstein there. Because he's unconscious, they gotta get him back to the lair. When you guys read the story, you'll understand what that means. But yeah, so I mean, my imagination is just all over the goddamn place, and of course, I show homage. I don't try to rewrite what was already written. What I try to do is pay homage to what came before me, and try to make something spectacular from that. Because I think that's what Stan Lee and all the great creators really, really wanted for all of us to do is to aspire. Why? Just do it. Like, to just go do your best. That's it. If you make it, fine. If you don't, hey, no one can't, no matter what. If this company's a $1 billion company or I've never seen never again, I did it. It doesn't matter. I still did it.
You made it happen.
Exactly. And I know you have a Kickstarter coming up now. Congratulations on that. And I'm happy and proud that you took the initiative and did it. You made me happy when you did that. I was like, good. I hope hanging out with me rubbed off on you. So I'm like, yeah, man, let's get this done. Good. And that's the way, and that's the whole point. That's what I try to do with people around me. Like, it's possible. There's always a way. Listen, anything that's worth doing is going to be hard. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you some time. Sacrifice. But it's worth it in the end. Because you see, what we're talking about right now, we're talking about Captain America. We're talking about Hulk. We're talking about stories that were told and written in the 60s. These are great things to have. I want to be in that conversation 50 years from now when they're rewriting my symbiotic or we're doing a new movie or I expand on the universe. Like, that's how I imagine it. Because that's how I'm going to make it happen. And this is what I want. I want a revolution, people, of writers, real talented artists that want to work with me. Come, let's shoot and let's exchange imaginations and exchange ideas. I'm telling you, we can make whatever we want in this world. I have that ability and belief in myself and the people around me. That's why I'm not even surprised you did that, Chris. I'm telling you, it's about time. Good for you. And I'm going to be donating to that campaign, by the way. So
thank you.
I got you. Yeah, of course, man. my boy, gotta look out for you. You know what I'm saying? We gotta look out for each other. You know, it's like I tell everybody, hey, listen, you want to help me out? Listen, I'm bringing a product into the world. It's a good read. I put 36 pages into this book, 36, and I put so much work into this book. This is why I made this card, because this was inspired because there's 6 pages of this that was supposed to go in this.
And that's
comic.
A lot. Like,
yeah, so I actually wrote 42 pages in my comic, my book 2. So I took out those first 6 pages and I was able to put them here because in the story I kind of go over the same point twice.
Yep.
So because of that, I was able to do it. But yeah, I just want you guys to know, like, I put so much in depth. So I feel like freaking my universe, my Simiverse is going to expand beyond what I can even imagine because I can just see so many different things coming. Like the next characters and the next character story and the next like I'm working on everything. Like I have all 6 stories kind of done about in my head, but I just officially finished book 3 the other day, and it was funny because as I'm finishing book 3, that's when I got my that's when these covers came while I was finishing book 3. So I was like, yeah, so it was meant to be. I was like, good, and it made me really pumped, and I finished my book 3. And I started book 4 last night. So I'm already thinking into the future, how I'm going to line everything up. And, you know, I just say this because, like I said, I want everybody to have that imagination. Look at the Legos. Look at what you're building. Do you know how hard that is? Of course, Chris knows how hard that is. He's been building it for weeks. But when he puts it together, he's going to set everything up and have it the way he wants. It's going to be worth it. And
I've got to figure out if I want to screw it down to the top of the bookshelf I'm going to put it on.
Yeah, right? Like, you start asking yourself questions. Like, number one, when I was playing with Legos back in the day, I used to crazy glue them together because I didn't want to be taking it apart if it falls and all that. And I made a bunch of stuff that never came apart. But I don't think you want to glue that kind of set together.
God, no.
Dude, but that set's amazing because it has 36 characters? 36
It's got
Legos?
36 characters, 3,700 pieces.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But let me
I don't
tell you
know
something.
how much of these you can see right here, but this is just the characters I've done so far.
Nice.
So you've got Carnage,
nice,
Mysterio, Punisher. There's a little news guy carrying a satchel.
Nice.
Daredevil's in here. I believe it's Jay Jonah. Another news person. One of the writers, Black Cat, Sandman, Gwen Stacy, Aunt May. This thing is loaded with people.
Trust me when I tell you. Look, I don't know if you guys know about Legos, but I will tell you this much. Sometimes the figures become worth more than the set. So keep an eye out for those figures and treat them with care because I have little figures around here that are worth a couple $100. Somebody was looking at them the other day. They were like, you know that's worth that much. And I'm like, nah, I didn't know that. I said, I just leave it up there. Hey, listen, it's all good. This is my little treasure cave, so it's all good.
Yep.
It's a mess though. I mean, it doesn't look like it from here, but trust me, it's been so hot up on the East Coast, and I don't have that damn central AC, so I'm not I don't flow like that. So I still have to suffer a little bit. Suffering builds character. You make yourself too soft, that's it. You die quicker. So yeah, I went to the gym today, worked out in 90-degree weather. I didn't care. I was sweating my ass off. I came back, and that's it. I just did more cardio. I'm a nut. It is what it is. You gotta live life, and you gotta just make yourself as expensive as you can. Yeah, I mean, I just try to live my dreams, and and I try to give advice whoever wants it. I mean, I don't impose what my thoughts on the one. I don't care for politics much. We do have Grandpa in White House. That's about it. And I have another Grandpa coming in, and he's just a few years younger, and that's it. I mean, I'm going to make a comic. It's going to be called This Country for Old Men. Instead of No Country for Old Men, This Country's for Old Men. And I'll just show the one old man leaving and the next old man coming in that previously this old man was here. Yeah. And I'll also have a cover. I show you the Will Torres art. I'm going to be doing prints on that. And I am going to be doing a special cover for that one as well. I'm going to be doing a Will Torres Symbiotic Book 1 reprint. It's going to be a Will Torres variant. And it's going to be badass. I'm just waiting for him to color it. I got some conventions are going to be hitting up soon. So Comic Cons are going to be hitting up, and I don't want to say with 100% certainty, but I know me. So I mean, I definitely will be in Comic Con, but the question is, will I be in Comic Con?
Yeah.
And I will tell you guys a secret. I have a workaround for this. Okay, so what I mean by workaround is I'm not famous enough to really be in Comic Con, like to go not to any other Comic Con, just New York City. I need more notoriety, but I do have notoriety in other people that know me and working with me and working for my company. So I'm going to just skate on in there with Will Torres and say, hey, let's sign some stuff since you're doing a cover for my company, and he has access to that place. So I'm hoping it works out like that. I think it will. So if everything works out like that, then I think that's going to be the place where the legend of the Symbioverse really is going to blow up. And I'm shocked. Sold 155 copies for not having any kind of advertisement campaign or any kind of anything just to come out. I'm astonished that I was able to accomplish that. That's something that I'm very proud of. And, I have enough copies to sell. And I know once I start doing the shows and everything, I'm going to be doing more sales because, you need to really be out there. It's a hustle. And it's all good, though. It's fun because I want to be out there with the fans. I was showing some of my books off because I'm almost ready to do a signing. Like I said, I'm just waiting for my next print to come. And then I'm going to take all these and do like a special signing. And definitely going to be doing a giveaway. So probably in the next week after we do the interview, I think the week after that, I'm going to start doing the giveaway. So, if you guys follow me in different, if you guys follow me in my groups and my chats, I have different connections and groups. You guys can follow me in my Symbioverse Comics group that I have on Instagram. So if you guys follow me there, automatically guys are going to be in. Because I'm going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be giving away the old school cards that I gave you. The one that doesn't work, that's going to be a collector's item. I still got plenty of those left. And I do have the active ones that you'll be able to scan and get the first 6 pages of the original art. So it's going to be a giveaway. I'm going to definitely be giving away some cards, some comics. I'm going to have like I'm going to do a grand giveaway, though, because I'm going to give away like every variant plus book 1 and a t-shirt. So it's going to be a huge, I'm telling you, this is going to be a huge giveaway. I wish luck to everyone out there, and I can't wait to give this to one person because you're going to get book 1, just in case you don't know what's going on. Book 2, you're going to get the cards, the Einstein origins, the Faust origins. You're going to get the different symbiotic book 2 covers, the 3 variants. And you'll have a foil one on top of that with symbiote. I'm telling you, I'm going to do a huge giveaway. That's my way of saying thank you. I have fun doing the last one. I think our boy Alex won the last one. He won the grand prize. Yeah, so I'm going to have a third prize, a second prize, a first prize. I'm definitely doing that. Yeah, I'd rather do that. The reason why I do this is because, I'd rather give this away to people that are going to show me interest and bring more traffic to my page than to pay for advertising my stuff.
Completely agree.
I'd rather just do that. To me, if I got to spend money, I'd rather do that. It's more personal, and it's more like thank you to my fans. And trust me, when people start looking at this stuff, when you guys start seeing this, I look at these and I get amazed, man. Look at that. Come on, this is badass. I'm an independent guy, and I made these. And if I could do this, you could do this too. That's not all bullshit. When people tell you can't do nothing, those are the people that never do nothing. Believe me, I grew up like that. People telling me, oh, no. I did have a lot of people tell me I was going to do something in my life because I was always, I guess, articulate, smart, whatever. I was always the way you met me, Chris, the way I dated Nakayama, and people said that to me in my life. I have an energy. I just keep going. I'm hyperactive. So I've always been like that since I was a child. And I don't try to stop it. It's just my natural being, But I just say this to people. It doesn't matter. If you want to do it, even if you guys want to hit me up, you DM me, I'll go over everything. I mean, it's no big deal. I don't mind sharing this knowledge because it's something that I feel like it can help society. Help society save us from all these crappy ass shows and movies. Oh my God. But I'm telling you, I still got hope for Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm telling you, you heard it here again, $1.5 billion. I know people say it ain't gonna make that. Trust me, it will make that. Because besides that, what else do you have coming out from Marvel? I mean, isn't does Captain America out in the spring of next year?
It's Valentine's Day of next year.
Oh, right. So they're gonna. I hope it's a double feature, Madam Web. You want to kill that? You want to kill that movie? Making a double feature, Madam
That ain't
Web
right.
with the soldier. Captain America, that would kill it. No, but I mean, I gotta ask around about Captain America because it's been a while since I got any updates on it. I mean, the last time I talked to people that were working on that, they were very happy in the fact that they were getting more reshoots, you know, and they were like, "Damn, you should have took this job." I think I could have grabbed that back in the day, but I don't know. I just didn't like the whole premise of the new Captain America, so I was like, I'm actually taking this other job, so I'll be good. So, you know, I got to choose. I mean, I should have chose that, but whatever. Listen, who would have known? You have 4 reshoots, right? Yeah. So, to everyone that ate good there, I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Crafty. Shout out to all the union guys. Everyone who puts in the work there, you know. And just remember, when you need someone that can write, do the sequence, do the art and everything, I'm here, Hollywood. And I've been brushing with them, like brushing, meaning like they see my stuff. I had a couple of people who bought my stuff already. Work's been a little slow, so I haven't been really hitting it as hard as I want to. But there's coming a point now where now it's going to be even better because when I do hit it again, I'm going to have more product on me. And I'm just going to have people at the point where, you know, this is going to be a Netflix show one day. Don't worry. We're going to make an anime about this too. And whoever does 16-bit gaming, hit me up because I definitely want to make a 16-bit fighting game out of this. I have all of how it would be. Just picture this Street Fighter, but it'll be my characters. I'm telling you. And it will work. All their powers, the way that I would line it up, it would be like playing Street Fighter 2. I want to make a 16-bit game out of this. I'm going to make a 16-bit game out of this. Hell, I'm going to make the entire cabinet. I'll make one of those one-ups. I'm telling you, this will be on Netflix. You'll see. We're going to be, watch, when you have like 2.7 million subscribers, we're going to go back to these old footages and they're going to be like, Jesus, what the hell? Like, hey, I'm just explaining to you how life is. Like, people talk about manifestation. Yeah, you can manifest stuff. That's true, I guess. I look at it more or less like, don't manifest anything, just do it. It's like what Master Yoda said when Luke said, "I'll try." He should have pimp slapped Luke. Do or do not. There is no try. That's it. I didn't tell you guys I was going to try to make a comic book company. Yes, I'm making a comic book company. I'm writing a comic. And look, I made my own action cards. I got action figures. That's it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I ramble.
You're good. The other question I have, and going back to the trailer again, because we were talking about No Country for Old Men, which I love.
Yeah, I love that movie.
What do you think about Giancarlo Esposito playing the leader?
My God.
Do you think that's like... Do you think that's DEI, or is that something a little bit different?
No. You got to understand, the leader was a villain, right? George Washington was a villain, okay? So, the leader is a natural-born villain. Who has been the most natural-born villain in the last couple of years?
Who?
Our boy Carlos. He's been the natural-born villain.
Yep.
So, it's not DEI, and no one's even saying that. I haven't heard, at least.
I haven't heard it.
That he fits the villain portion of it so well. I could see him looking and molding into the leader like that, and just imagine the leader sounding the way he does. Always cool like a fucking cucumber, but has the answer for shit. I mean, hell, even in Breaking Bad, this is a spoiler in case you guys haven't watched the one that's called, it had a funny name to the song. I mean, it had a funny name to the episode. Oh, Face Off. Yeah, it was called Face Off. That's the episode, people. Look for the episode. I think it's in season 6 called Face Off. And that motherfucker literally gets his face blown right off. Turns around, fixes his tie, has no face on the other side, falls down and dies. Even in death, he died like a badass. So yeah, I just think it's just based on his character, and they needed. Oh yeah, there we go, the Green Goblin baby. That's what's up. Yeah, that's gonna be worth money. Those goblins are worth money. Yeah, so I just believe like it's not a DI for him. I just believe that honestly, he's just been one of the most consistent villains in the last couple of years. I mean, shit, he's been in video games. Far Cry 4. How can I forget that? Like, there's no place you haven't turned that you haven't seen Mr. Esposito's face pop up somewhere. Like, he's been everywhere. And he's been a good villain. I like how he plays a villain. So, yeah, I don't, like I said, this ain't a DI thing. This is definitely somebody who just can take this leader and make it something special. And I hope they paint him green. I hope they paint him the same green they paint Lou Ferrigno. Make him Lou Ferrigno green. I want him to be painted. Like, put some prosthetics on it. You don't have to make him have the biggest head like he did in the comics. But give him like a little swollen prosthetic head and make him green like the freaking Hulk. Like the Hulk from TV. Make him green like that. And I guarantee you'll have a hit. I would love to see that. I hope they do it. But yeah, that's why I was talking to Mark Spector Comics about this before too. That's why X-Force #1 went up. First appearance of the leader, well before he was the leader. It's got not up, but it just sold more. So you gotta understand about X-Force. I have a lot of them. I have hundreds of them because like somebody did a video on them that they were dollar bin stores. They were dollar bin dives and stuff. You go to different places. Yeah, I was finding them everywhere. Even the people I was dealing with, they just have floods of them. They're like, "You want some of this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take some #1s. Why not?" I said, "I'll see this kid down the road." You know, like Bob Lightfield's young. He's happy. He's in his late 50s, chilling. He still looks like a kid. I'll see him one day. Don't worry, Life. I got so much of your books. Your hand's gonna go numb, and we don't even have to have CGC there no more. So that's it. Sign these all day, Rob. I'll be signing my books for you anyway. So yeah, I knew that it was connected to the movie. I just had to figure out how it was connected to the movie. Yeah, and yeah, it's Esposito that brought the value up. So everybody that you would get in $4.99 for these books now, you can get up to $9.99 a book now. Go put them up for sale. I'm not putting mine up for sale. I have so many of them. I swear to God, like I must have, no lie, at least 500 of them. But when I say I have 500 of them, I have bags of comics that are going to take me about, I don't know, 8 years to get to finally. It's going to take me that. I've been trying, but I'm telling you, I think I need an assistant. My fiance says she wants to do this for me. I think I'm going to let her do it. Because this is an undertaking that I can't really handle alone. I got my collection, like, my bomb stuff is put away, like, in a bunker. Like, I got, like, my grails, my holy grails. I call them my Pandora's boxes. Like, one day I'll be breaking those open. And Christie's. This is what kind of collection it is. But in the meanwhile, I have mid stuff that's still around. That's going to be very high valuable anyway, and it's just everywhere. Half of it's not unpacked. It became to a point like, I have the room for it, by the way, but things happen, you know. I get ready to do something, then I get a job for a couple months. I'm like, shit. And now I don't have a job right now. Like, but I could be working like next week, let's say. But the next couple of days I could work. Man, it's too high out here to be trying to move. So, you know, I got all these life problems to deal with, and I got orders to fill. You know, life. So I'm just trying to work around everything, and I have hope for the future. I just tell people like this, like my fiance was asking me, if Marvel wanted to buy your company, Symbiotic, and buy your website and all that, because, you know, another thing, people, get a website. I don't care what you do with it, even if you never do anything with it. Get a website. I could have done this back in the day. There were some websites cheap. WWE.com could have bought that. I could have bought all these websites. So, yeah, you buy these websites. Somebody needs to buy it. You own the domain. So, Symbiverse Comics, symbiotic. That's all me. That's all my domain. So, you know, Marvel, watch out. If you try to use Symbioverse, coming after you. No, I won't come after them. But I do put in my comics. You gotta have, you have to have my permission to use it, Marvel. So don't mess on me. Somebody go ask me, would you sell it to them for 10? I said I would sell it to them for 20, but I would have to have a percentage coming in for the rest of my life, and I have creative control, and I would have to have final say so. I said if I could get all that, then yes, I would do it. But I know I'm not gonna get all that, so it's not gonna happen. But yeah, I would sell it to you guys for 20 million. Because if you want to buy it from me for 10, now this is an imagination scenario, by the way. Don't get excited, people. Don't start flooding my comments and like, oh, when you're working for Marvel. No, I'm just saying this is a what if scenario. This is happening in Universe 617. We're in 616. So anyway, in Universe 617, yeah, Marvel wants to buy my stuff. But I won't sell it to them unless I'm making money off of it still, have creative control, and I have final say so in everything. And they don't even have to know what I'm writing. Don't bother me. Yep. Like, I'm my own damn boss. I'll make you guys money. You just put your Marvel magic behind me. And I don't need your help with writing anything. Don't give me no suggestions. When I'm dead and you guys want to rewrite it, go for it. Just remember, I may come back as a ghost and kill all you guys for messing my story up. I'll come back from the dead to avenge my story. I'll even make a comic about it before I die, just so you guys know. They'll be like, is this real? You'll find out if you try to change the lore. That is the one rule I'm going to have.
And then it will release right as you
come lore, back. Rule number 1, the lore is the law. You break the law, the law comes for you. You don't do it. So I just say, like, there is a lot of talented writers, because you're right, there is. I mean, but the real good talented writers are usually more of the independent types than the people who are working for the industry. Because at that level, you're just trying to get your idea heard. And this is how DEI destroys everything, because it's not the ideas that you need to hear. It's that you want to get your ideas heard because you compete with other people. It's a real stupid system. That's why I tell anybody with talent, always try to make your own stuff. And don't go to anyone until you're confident enough that what you made can be explained to anyone in 5 minutes without having to look at anything. Like, I'll give you quickly 1 minute. I can describe to you guys what my story is about. It's about the universe. It's about fusion, the creation, and the ultimate destruction of the universe. And it's about creatures that lived before they were born at the dawn of time, even before human beings. They roamed the cosmos forever, finding life and extinguishing it. You know, I can explain this real quick to people because this is what writers need to be able to do. That a lot of them, like, maybe they're not allowed to do it, or they're stifled to do it. And this is why I never took everybody's like, but you work so close with these people. Why would you not just go to them to write? And the reason why is because, number one, I don't feel like I can give them what they want, which is an abomination of my original idea.
And if you wanted...
I wasn't willing to make something...
If they wanted you to compromise, you know you're not going to compromise just for their greater good style of writing.
Yeah, it comes down to this. You got to ask yourself, what do you care for the most? Do you care for money, or do you care for legacy?
Yep.
And for everyone, it's going to be different. For me, I'm not rich. I would say wealthy in a way where I don't have to kill myself, but I'm not rich.
Yeah.
But I would prefer legacy over anything else, because I feel like people like Stan Lee, they're going to be talked about for hundreds of years, like Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm pretty sure there'll be a Marvel religion. Please make a Marvel church, and then make my church like the Church of Scientology. That's what I want. In the future, the Symbioverse will be its own Scientology. And you can just have Marvel be like the new religion. It literally fits all religion. This is why it just fascinated me, because kids like me that were growing up then were Roman Catholics. So we would read the comic books and the Bible. Now picture that combination right there. So you're reading the comic books and the Bible, and believe it or not, you're actually learning about morality from both books. Amazing. I learned about great power and having great responsibility from Spider-Man. That's why he's all here. because this is a constant reminder. It's one of those things they call in life called inception. And I was incepted when I was young. That with great power comes great responsibility. And so they finally asked Stan Lee about this one day. Where did this come from? And you know what Stan Lee said? He doesn't remember. Wow. That made it even more special because he doesn't even remember how he came with the saying. Just came to him as he was writing. He doesn't remember how or why it just came to him because it was meant to be put in the world. And that, believe it or not, I know that little word, that great power comes great responsibility, it didn't just have an effect on me. I'm pretty sure it had an effect on millions of people. But it's something like that you want to leave behind as a legacy. Something that somebody could look back on hundreds of years from now and be like, yeah, you know what? That was actually pretty profound. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a writer. You can do anything in life, whatever you're passionate about, you know? And you're going to have bad days. You don't always have to be the best, but you should always, like, at least strive to do your best. Being the best is not important. Doing your best is the most important. Like, when I put out my comic...
Strive to do better than you did before.
Yeah, I mean, and learn. Yep. You learn. You're going to make some mistakes. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes in life that I can't undo. You know, but I also did a lot of good things, too, that don't need to undo. Came out fine. Life is learning curve. You just got to learn how to roll with the punches. And don't let your mistakes be the end of you. No.
Yep.
Because Hulk Hogan said it one time real good.
Yeah.
He said, everyone gets knocked down a peg or two, but it takes courage to get back up. Yes, it does. You get knocked down, you get back up. You dust yourself off. Because I'm sorry, no one cares. Work harder. That's it. It comes down to that. Don't have a self-defeated, feel sorry for yourself attitude. Go out there and grab the world by the throat and choke it until you get what you want. You don't say you gotta be relentless, but what I'm saying is that when you're pursuing life, especially if you're a male person, not like females can't do this either, of course, but I'm saying especially to the males, that's what you're supposed to be doing, going out there and grabbing life. Like when I see these writers in rooms, like I've actually taught myself into like 2 writing jobs that I never took. I just didn't want to work for it. But just by looking at a couple of things, and I was actually sitting there as a guest, I raised my hand, and I had the whole room's attention for like 5 minutes. And I wrote a little something for them. I think they put it in one of these shows. I forget which one. I work on so many. It's like, this happened to me like 3-4 times already. So they liked the idea. They wanted me to write with them. And I just told them, no, I'm doing something different. Yep. I said, don't worry. One day you guys will be working for me. No, I just told them one day you'll be working for me. They all giggled and laughed. And it's all good, you know, because you never know who you're talking to. So always be kind to strangers. Always be kind to people. You never know who's going to be the next one. I'm not saying kiss people's asses. Just be nice to people if they're going to be nice to you. Oh, look at that. Nice. Yeah. Oh, you got me hyped now. You're going to make me want to. Your videos are doing good online, by the way. Congratulations on that. Because people love the Lego. No, this is people, watch this. Trust me. This is worth doing. This is worth watching because, believe me when I tell you, this takes a lot of work. I never built one that big, but I know this is the biggest one. I remember I have 2 of these things, and I got them. I'm a nut. Trust me. That Daily Bugle is going to be worth thousands of dollars. You'll see. Just make sure that, you know, you never drop it. That's all. So I would do everything in my power to make sure you brace that to the wall correctly so it doesn't have any access. I tell you, I would put like a freaking like
weight under it.
No, plexiglass around it so nothing could fall. Like I would just plexiglass out of it with little doors that I could open if I wanted to move some stuff around. I swear to God, I would build a whole plexiglass, an entire plexiglass surrounding on that. So it doesn't matter. Even somebody hits into it, it doesn't matter. It's still safe. That's just me. I don't know if you could do it or not, or if you have to know how to do it. But you'll seem a little bumpkinish to me, so I think you can figure this out.
I've built some stuff in my day.
Yeah, definitely. I see you got some skills there. So, yeah, I think you can make this work. I mean, I have an idea how to do it. I mean, I can give you some tips on how I would do it. But it's definitely workable. But, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. That is dope, the Daily Bugle. It's going to make me want to build mine. But I really don't have no room. It's like... I want to get a bigger house so I can have more room for all my stuff. I mean, like, I have a whole hallway I'm going to start putting paintings in soon because there's no room in here anymore for anything. I can't really I still, where is it? Do I still? Oh, look, I still got this back here. Actually, look, check it out. I still got that one back here, and
Okay.
I'm gonna take this one. My hallway is about this color blue. Look at how big it is, by the way. It's
Nice.
here. So I decided that I'm gonna
Thing's beautiful.
stick this. Oh, I love Nico Artist Supreme. Shout out to you, Nico Artist Supreme, the best. I'm gonna take this. My hallway's blue, like this color blue.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put this on my door and on the outside. So when you're coming up to the way, you'll be able to see this as you're coming up the stairs.
That'll be legit.
Oh, I'm gonna take a picture of it and post it, and you'll see how it's gonna look when I'm done. But yeah, I mean, this is my life. Yeah, art, and I got paintings, I got comics, all kinds of craziness going on here. Believe me, any collector or any kid that came to this house, it'll be like a Willy Wonka chocolate factory. So, my hands off.
Today and whatnot, and there were a lot of great things there. In all honesty, there really were. Where I'm like, I'm gonna buy what I need to fill gaps. I'm done spending money on stuff that's just gonna sit in a box.
Yeah.
Gaps in my I mean, there's going to be a comic that comes up here or there that I enjoy, but it's not going to be something expensive, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, even with my comic, right? I hear what you're saying because I'm starting to feel that same way too. But even with my comic, right? Like I look at it and honestly, me being a customer, I would pay whatever this was worth because I feel like the quality of it is really like I didn't want to just make like a common comic. Like I don't shit on anyone who's ever made comics. I just seen some that were like, for me, I just wouldn't have put it out. It's not just to them.
Yep.
I just wouldn't have published that under my name in any way, shape, or form. And because, even with book one, I told you the mistakes I made. I was pissed off at this book. But it's going to be hard to find anything I messed up in this book anyway. This was a good shot for my first shot. But that's me being hard on myself. And I think I always need to be hard on myself. And I think as a person who's always trying to perfect, you're never going to be perfect. But always be your hardest critic. Always be honest with yourself. I tell people when I did my first comic, and I have friends that will tell you the way it is. Like, these are real OGs. Like they'll literally tell you right to your face what they think. If you have garbage, they'll tell you. And I told them, so you guys really like this? They look at me like, you know how we are.
And that's the kind of people you want to surround yourself with.
Right. They said, we don't give a shit about your feelings. We want you to succeed. So your feelings mean nothing. If it's good, we'll tell you. If it's bad, we'll tell you. So they told me, no, they liked it. It was good, and they see potential in the story. So I was like, great. So that's how I know that I'm on the right track. Yeah. Especially, I already have people trying to replace my artists already. I started laughing about that. I'm like, bro, like, why are you dissing my art? This is like my creation too. Like, this is the original. You see that right there, people? I made him, and that's what he becomes. You understand? So this is the original. My form of Einstein already evolved in my mind, and I did that art. So it's like I'm looking at the dude. I'm like, you see this art, right? This is like my art, man. It's like saying you want to replace me as the artist. I said, no. My artist is doing exactly what I want him to do, and we're taking our time. Not a sweet ass time, but if
I didn't like my artist, I'd replace him myself.
Yeah.
I like my artist.
It's just like one of those situations that I really felt a little weird because this was the only person who actually had a criticism about the art being negative, which I didn't mind. I mean, hey, if you like the art in this book, great. If you tell me it's garbage, great. This is you're entitled to your opinion. I don't try to change your opinion. I want people's honest opinion.
Exactly.
This is why when you guys see book 2, you're gonna see like what I did, like with the panel. Amazing. Like I actually made paneling a new art form. I think this is something that people are going to look at and be like, wow, maybe I should start doing panel like this. Maybe I should put my comic this way. See, I want to stand out. I don't want to just have something that everybody else has. I can get David Nakayama. You know I can, Chris. I can get Will Torres. You know I can, Chris. I'm not talking no crap. If I want to get the best artists to work on my book, I can. That's not what I'm doing here. I want everyone to shine. And when you are at the bottom and starving, that's when your work shines the best.
And you remember what David said
in
our interview with him? It was one of the biggest things that he had found over the years is that whenever he worked for the big companies, he didn't recognize the artwork that he was then looking at 5 weeks down the line when the book hit the shelves. And you don't want that. You want your book to be yours. I mean, obviously with me writing, and I'm going to ship it off to an editor, and I've shipped it off to a couple people who are experts in the things I'm talking about.
Right.
And yes, you're an expert, but I want to hear what you have to say, and I want you to understand that this is still mine at the end of the day. So
absolutely,
if I change, but a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people are like, "Oh, well, it's for the greater good that they're telling you to change it." Not always.
Oh, hell no, no, absolutely not. Look, let me explain something to you, okay? I don't care who I'm working with. My process is exactly like this. Like when I'm working with my artist, right, Waylon, I'll tell him, okay, I'll show him some pictures, what I drew. I said, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I want you to replicate this. And he does it. Sometimes he'll put a little touch of something on it, and I'm like, yeah, I like that too. That's fine. That's what I'm talking about. Let's think about this design and that design. Yep. I have, like, he can add stuff to and ask me what I think, but at the end of the day, my comic company, they're my ideas, and I have an artist who's helping me, and I have no problem giving him credit in the future or anything. Like when we blowing up, hey, yeah, he came up with this concept that I liked, and we merged on stuff. That's the whole idea. Like you want to get to work with people that are willing to share ideas with you and understand that the reason why you having this idea is because of what I presented in front of you. This spawned off an entire universe, people. You understand? This right here. This is what spawned everything off. And I was already making characters. That's the second one. So when you guys read the first one, you'll know who these are. So that's the whole point. Like I shared my vision with my artist, and he got what I was able. He was able to translate what I wanted him to do in art, comic paneling form.
Yep.
And then I decided for the second book, I wanted to save him a lot of time. I was like, I'll let her. And I never let her before. And I gotta say, I took a shot at it, and I'm freaking pretty good at it too. You know, it's not the same lettering that you would see in a comic. I can make it exactly like that. I mean, font and all. I did my lettering way different. The bubbles look different. The text look different. Like you can tell who's talking versus, because you gotta understand these creatures are like two creatures in one now. They're fused. They're symbiotic, so it's two or one. It's together forever. They can't separate. So yeah, you gotta know who's talking and who's speaking, and I was able to figure that out, and with different thought bubbles and different patterns of print, yeah, I made a consistent formula that you can follow, and it'll be like reading any comic that, you know, let's say a Venom comic like that. Venom's talking to himself, like something like that. You'll be able to understand who's talking at what time. So. Like, but you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the details I put into my work. Like, writers out there, like, I just feel like they want these writers to just have no imagination. No. In my company, the writers I get in the future, I want your imagination. What I don't want is you coming in here and trying to change some works. Like, just call it something different. There's nothing wrong with coming up. Listen. Like we were talking about the acolyte, right? Oh, God damn it. A force. Now listen to what you're saying. It's a force-sensitive planet. Where the hell in all of the Star Wars lore has there ever been a planet of force sensitive people. That's not how the Force works. You see, that's what I'm talking about. The Force. That's why you have Padawans from all over the galaxy. Have you seen Yoda? Yep. Does he look like he's human? That's my point. It's not a whole planet of them like that. This is a rarity. It's supposed to be a rarity that pops up in a generation or 1,000 generations.
So, and it wasn't. It's not that the planet itself is Force sensitive. It's that there's a vergence on the planet, because basically, I guess 100 years prior to the witches coming to this planet, it was completely desolate. It was listed in the Jedi Registry as a desolate wasteland, and the reason why the Jedi went to this planet was to try to figure out why life was thriving. And energy within the planet to create the vergence that was the twins. So one is very interesting to me. Like, if you would have came up with that concept outside of Star Wars, completely separate, I'd be like, what the hell are we talking about? I really want to know more about this.
You know, I know what it sounds like to me. You know, it sounds like the lesbians making babies
you end
without
up
a man.
turning people off.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like women try minusing men out to create life. That's exactly what it sounds like to me. But hey, listen, I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying, like, the story for me is just like, this is not Star Wars. I mean, this would have made an old Knights of the Republic game. That would have been a nice one. I would have played it just to laugh, you know. I would have played it just for the laughs. But it's just like, you know, when you're spending $230 million on a show, it's not funny. Good luck, Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. I don't know if you're getting another budget call or not, because I can tell you, I won't say exactly what was said about, but I don't think there's going to be a season 2. That shouldn't be a big secret by now. I mean, it's the
if
only.
If there is a season 2, then I'd be shocked, to say the least.
The only other show that it scored lower than was the 1984 Star Wars Christmas special, which was god awful, and that scored lower than that, and that held a record. That was George Lucas's bomb. He got ridiculed at parties for years because of this. He got so ridiculed, he just started making fun of himself because he knew, I can't defend this garbage I made. The effects, everything. I saw this when I was young, and I was like, what in the holy hell, what's that? Like, everything looked off. The coloring, the effects. It's like they tried to shoot this in, like, not Panavision, but they had, like, the 420, film, like they were used for the sitcoms and TV. They tried to film it in that TV format, and that's what screwed the entire lore of it up. The looks, they so just destroyed it.
It's so bad that I'm pretty sure to this day it is very difficult to find pretty much anywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, now, they did not reproduce it. They did not. No.
Like, that's why if you find one of these things, they're actually worth money. Yeah, because believe me, they destroyed as many as they can grab their hands on. Believe me, it was such a bad PR nightmare for them. Like, George Lucas was really trying to buy these back from people. Like, he was literally begging people, send them to me. I'll give you double the price for them. Yeah, they just wanted to destroy.
Could you imagine a movie having a recall the same way like chips on the shelf do?
So now everything we just said, and the Acolyte was worse than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, great Wookiee concept. Why didn't you leave the Wookiee alive long enough? The only thing I got to see him do was to freaking take a freaking. He just took someone's freaking rifle from them. Used the force and broke the rifle. That's it. What the hell, man? You should have had this guy fighting like
episode 7.
4 episodes.
So episode 7 flashes back to what episode 2 was.
Yeah.
And you see everything from a completely different perspective. So that's why I said I'm not sure if this is a trusted narrator. because everything about this, and I want to watch them side by side to see what truly happens, but
Yeah.
everything about this kind of lines up to the fact that this wasn't like the witches were not being truthful or the Jedi were not being truthful. Like it's a big game of he said, she said, and I'm here for that because I think that as a concept in a story is really fucking cool. But at the same time, you gotta work with fans because taking 7 episodes to dive into that is too long.
Which may
People are going to tune out way too quick.
Yeah. And in the end, you may just be misleading the fans anyway.
Exactly.
And which I think is what's going to happen. And this is what I feel is going to happen. Because this stupid, like I said, the problem is people that handle this IP don't understand what the Force is all about. The minute they said it wasn't about good or evil, it's about power, who gets to wield it, no, you're wrong. It's always been about good or evil. That's exactly what the Force is. That's what the dark side is. It's evil. And the light side is good. There is no in-between. And this is what the show's exploring, the in-between. No, there is no in-between. We can't, this is the story of Star Wars. This is not Rebel Moon or anything like that. Like, Rebel Moon can say whatever the hell they want because it's their own story. See? Even though people didn't like it, and I heard, well, I did see it, and God almighty, if you haven't seen part 2, do yourself a favor. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Now, when you watch it and then you tell me you watched it, I'm not going to feel bad for you. I have to tell you 3 times not to watch it. It was that horrible, okay? But still, I got to give Zack Snyder credit. He tried, right? It was so horrible. You knew this was going to suck if Kathleen Kennedy turned it away. Are you kidding me? Kathleen Kennedy thought this was crap. That's like crap calling crap. What the hell? Yep. So you know, if the crapster doesn't like this crap, it's got to be some epic crap of epic proportion. So that's just how I feel about it. Some people do like it, though. I've talked to some people who like Rebel Moon, and I usually find those people are on something regardless. The people that come to me that like this show, they're on something. I don't know exactly what they're on, but they definitely, man.
I have never heard people talk about it, in all honesty.
No, I had one guy told me that he liked it, and I was shocked. I was so shocked he told me that. I was like, I can't even tell him I hate this movie. I'm just going to let him tell me why he likes it. And that's when I realized, this guy's definitely doing drugs, because there's no way a normal person. And then after like 5 minutes of talking slow speech slurring to me, I was like, he's definitely on drugs. That's the only way you can like this. I ain't call him a drug addict to his face, but you're definitely on drugs, my friend, because there's no way a competent person can sit here and be like, this was a great movie. I mean, goddamn C-3PO ran off, got some deer antlers, and came back later on. Like, what the hell? He comes back almost at the end of Rebel. Like, he left at the end of Rebel Moon Part 1 and comes back towards the end of Part 2.
So, I highly suggest going and watching episodes 5 and 7. Even 6 is good. But watch episodes 5 and 7 and let me know what you think. Because personally, the choreography is some of the best choreography that we've seen in a very long time for lightsaber battles, for on-screen chemistry between Jedi and villain. That's what I liked about those 2 episodes. The story still sucks. The story's not there. But, there are some saving graces. And I know that sucks to say. I know that that's kind of shitty to be like, there are saving graces just to kind of try to not even Chris, sell it, but,
there's 14% of the population that does like the Acolyte. So we could put you in there a little bit somewhere. Like, you don't have to be the exact 14%. But, there's going to be elements to things. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's like when you perform a lobotomy. No matter how much you smack them on the other side of the head, you're never going to get it back right. It's just always going to be a little off. And that's the problem with the story, is that I'm telling you how it's going to end. it's going to end from a perspective of an evil person thinking that they were the victims.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what diversity is all about. And this is exactly what they're doing. This is why I don't like it, because it takes the actual, it's real simple. There is no in between with this. You're either good or you're evil. These people are trying to play freaking like, what was that damn The Witcher, like, and other games where the more evil stuff you do, you can get your meter up in the middle. You could no. The Star Wars is not meant to be this way. That's the only problem I have. Yes, will this make a good story? Absolutely. People, come see me. I have a comic book company. Trust me, we can make some good stuff with a little bit of guidance. Guidance. Like literally, I will be sitting there with them, and then when the first one speaks up, I just get up and just tell them it's not your time to speak yet. That's it, and put them in line, and then let them understand. This is what I want. And Leslie, I didn't ask you. She gets a slap too, Leslie. That's it. Go sit down, Leslie. That's it. And I just think like I understand that they're trying to explore different things and different techniques, but you did.
Yeah.
It's like I made this comic, but instead of making it for the world, no. I only made it for prisoners. And if you ain't in jail, you can't see this comic. That's it. Forget you, society. This is the anti-society comic. What kind of craziness is that?
Yep.
Everyone wants to see this. I'm catering to my audience. And I think first and foremost, if you want to try any kind of experimentation, cater to your audience first. Once you take care of the audience, then they don't mind if you go off exploring new things. Because that's what art should be. Expanding the universe should be about respecting what came before and expanding off that lore. See? If you do that respectfully, I'd say the lore is the lore, but you can expand upon my lore. But don't try to change what's already foundated. Don't try to come in and say that the world's flat now when we've proven it was round. No.
Do shit that doesn't make sense.
Right, exactly. Don't try to be like, oh, I see something that I can make better if this was my story. It'll never be your story, no matter what. You're just working in a frame set. Like, if somebody wants to make a comic one day or a movie based on my stuff, cool, do it. Just make sure you follow it within the frame of the story or it's not going to make sense. You have to follow the law. I think once they get, but they're starting to realize this too with other properties. Oh, yeah. And you'll see Disney's going to start making money again. It's going to take them about 18 to 36 months to gain back what they lost, according to their projections. But, it's still like a little power struggle going on. It's not over yet. There's still hostile takeovers that are about to go down.
Yeah, you were saying that there's some shit going down at Disney right now. Can you talk any more about that?
Well, yeah, the stuff I can talk about now is pretty much public, but
okay.
Ike Perlmutter. Now, if you guys don't know who that is, Ike Perlmutter.
Okay.
He was pretty much the reason why Marvel was sold to Disney to begin with, because Ike Perlmutter owned a lot of Marvel stuff. He bought it back in the day. Worked with Marvel as well and bought the product. Now he sold it, but Ike Perlmutter got the deal I said I was going to get, which is, I want control over my stuff. I want to have a say so. I want to see at the board. So he's had a seat at the board for Disney for the last 20 some odd years. Okay. And what was happening was the whole Bob Chapek, Bob Iger fiasco, the DEI, the Dose Gay bill, all this crap that they should have just been making content was coming out. And then Bob
opened his big mouth.
He comes back to try to save everything. Like, but then Ike Perlmutter is like, nah, you guys are screwing up our profits. He don't care about this DEI crap. He's an old guy. He cares about making money off of this. He's been making money off of Marvel forever, And he was actually trying to do a hostile takeover. I mean, him, and believe it or not, another production company called $7 Productions. Now, if that sounds a little familiar to you guys, that's because $7 Productions is owned by The Rock. So The Rock and Ike Perlmutter were trying to take over the board of Disney, or at least sit on it. I know Rock was trying to buy something, but he wound up going to WWE, and Bob Iger got backup from, of all people, George Lucas, supporting they're doing. And so that whole Ike Perlmutter thing just pretty much died off, but still trying to make a play for the board. And there were concessions though given, even though he didn't get the board. This is why you're having this movie Inside Out 2 it's going to make over 1.5 billion, because now the board's like, we lost money. We need to stay away from messaging our audience. This is all Ike Perlmutter was saying. Stay away from messaging the audience. Let's go back to doing what we do best, which is quality entertainment, family entertainment. Tell a great story, a story that will last for generations. Don't confuse the audience. Don't pander to the audience, and don't preach to the audience. This was the orders given by Disney in a memo, unofficial. I can talk about it now because I'm pretty sure there's some of it out there. But I saw it, I laughed, and I wiped my tears with it because it was making me cry from the laughter. And I'm like, you guys took all this freaking time to figure this out. You only had to lose $189 billion to figure this out. All I want is 1 million of that. That's from pennies. Throw me $1 million. If I had $1 million, I swear to you, I make a challenge. You guys want to do a GoFundMe? Let's do it. I'll make a $1 million challenge. I get $1 million. I'll blow this up into a freaking $12 billion company. I guarantee you. That's all I would need. 1 million. I can make this happen real quick. But no way, I'm not going to beg nobody. If it happens, it happens. But I'm telling you, they threw away that much money, $189 billion. Like, you can't even fathom what that...
Just to try to prove a point. Like, imagine that. Just to try to prove a point, they threw away that much money.
Right. What the hell's wrong with you? Like, it's not about proving a point. It's not about politics. It's not about identity. It's not about diversity. It's about entertainment. You are a family-oriented company. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to be a family-oriented company that makes billions of dollars and makes millions of people happy around the world? Or do you want to be the company that panders to the minority that doesn't support you whatsoever? You'll lose your money. You'll lose your intellectual properties. You'll lose your profit. And you're not making no one happy. It's not even like you're making them happy. You're making no one happy.
See, no, that's my biggest thing. Is you've got companies that are doing this to basically say, we're supporting the people who have never been supported before. I mean, that's basically what that boils down to. The DEI money says that.
Yeah.
And then you have all these people bitching and moaning about not being heard, not being felt, not being this, that, or whatever. And they're like, okay, so we'll make a movie that will, like, as you said, pander to your demographic. But that's not how we wanted it, so we're not going to go see it. It's like, so what the fuck?
And that's the point.
Just do you, Marvel, do you, Disney, do you, Star Wars, like, shit.
The other problem I have with the Acolyte is these goddamn pronouns. Come on, man. Why do I want to see pronouns in Acolyte? Why do I want to see pronouns in Disney? It's an alien. What if it's not a he or a she? You know what I'm saying? What up, Anakin? Yeah. What if it's a he? What the hell? What's that about? Like, what? No, come on, man.
I don't know how well you can see this, but that's Green Goblin literally flying out of the Daily
crashing
Bugle.
Out of the building. Oh, wow.
Like, it looks so fucking badass.
It looks popping. Wow. You're going to make me build mine. I'm going to build mine. I've been dying to build that. I got the spider's lair. I haven't built that yet either. I was going to put it in the spider's lair, but I really don't have no place for the spider's lair in the spider's lair. I got to make some room. I mean, I think we're going to have a sale soon.
I'm at bag 12, and I really don't feel like tiling a whole floor right now. So I'm going to bed.
I hear you, man. I think
I might go live tomorrow night, but That
All
would
right, I may
probably
go
be
live
it.
with you. I may go live with you if you want. We'll
Okay.
see. But I'll let you know. But yeah, I'm gonna do some writing tonight. I do have orders going out. If you want to get anything, Chris, just let me know anytime. No worry, no rush.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You hit me up what you want. Go to my website, cindyversecomics.com. I don't have so this is the only one I have for sale right now. I'll have the Chrome one up, and that's it, man. And
Yeah, I'll
I
message
think
you.
by next week and I think by next week we could do the show for the book, because there's a lot of things I could talk about, and it's going to really be interesting because how I tied the two stories together. I mean, when you read it, you'll understand, and I think you're going to really like it. I think you're going to see the
Excellent.
potential. Like, I'm telling you, I think this one's an A-. I gave myself the B last time, remember? And I said it's a B or B-, and you gave me the same grade, so I want the same grade. I want you to be harsh on me. I make a mistake, I want you to yell at me. Hit me with the ruler.
I
I'll talk to you later, Chris. Peace and love, everyone. We are